Hello, everyone. Today we'll be introducing our campaign to you all. It's titled Kick Back, Relax, and Let Yourself Grow. My name is Jordan Winley.
My name is Shakira Miles.
And my name is Jahi Wilson.
And basically, with the stressful times today, our campaign is hoping to educate you all on some mindfulness information and also some coping skills and just some ways to help alleviate just some everyday stress. So first, a little background information, some mental hygiene theories. The first theory, the transactional theory of stress and coping, and this is by Lazarus and Folkman. So according to this perspective, stress is defined, as exposure to stimuli appraised as harmful, threatening, or challenging that exceeds the individual's capacity to cope. So Lazarus and Folkman believe that stress is subjective and it's all about the person's perspective to the situation. You could have one situation and two different people can have two completely different perspectives about it. And through education and our group hopes to increase the mindfulness and promote more effective coping strategies in African American college students. And to give more information on mindfulness, mindfulness allows people to be more sensitive to the environment, supporting clearer thoughts and behaviors, as well as better performance, decision making, and reduction of stress. Mindfulness basically helps you be present where you are. A lot of the times we're very stressed out about something that's coming up or maybe a mistake that we made in the past or something we may have forgot. And what mindfulness says is, try to sit and be still within yourself. You focus on what's going on physically within your body as your emotions rise and fall. You can also, sometimes if you're in nature, another mindfulness technique is to look at some of the things around you that might have a specific color. It just brings you back to the present so you're not too focused on the past or the future. And some more information on mindfulness, it stems from comparing experiences that stretch the understanding of a situation by keeping an open mind to alternative perspectives. So when you practice mindfulness and you're consistent in it, it kind of helps you have different perspectives to a situation. Whereas in the past, you might automatically feel stressed out when a certain thing happens or a certain situation is placed in front of you. Through consistency with mindfulness, you'll be able to look at that situation almost with a fresh new mind, with some more coping strategies and some more ideas on how to problem solve. And also research has shown that mindfulness is helpful in the moment of learning and also is more future focused skills. So basically, not only does it help with your mental well-being, but also in academia in terms of you making sure that you're focused when you need to be and your mind is clear and you're relaxed when you need to be as well. And here is a video of some middle school students expressing what mindfulness means to them. We thought this was a nice video to add in because sometimes just hearing children talk about mindfulness and just kind of nice things can in itself be a coping skill and help you feel better, but they also are able to break down mindfulness in a simple way that's easy for everybody to understand.
Mindfulness helps you keep calm and relaxed when you're in times when you're angry or frustrated.
You learn from mindfulness so you can help yourself calm down.
The red zone is when you're tense.
My heart starts to beat fast and then I scrunch up my fist and also my face.
Your blood might be swishing around like a big wave coming over the ocean.
You can walk away, tell the teacher, or pause, breathe and smile.
PBS.
PBS stands for pause, breathe and smile. Every everything's moving the way it's supposed to be. Your heart's at a good rate. When you smile and just be happy.
It's where you're happy, you're never nervous, and you'll make friends.
You kind of just like smell and like feel what it's like, and then you just like look at it and then you eat it.
Mandarin juice.
Mindfulness makes me a better friend and sister. Before I didn't notice if people were feeling sad or lonely, but after I learned mindfulness, I noticed and I wanted to help.
Sometimes my brain is like a snow globe when you shake it up. It's stormy and wild, and I can't see things properly. Mindfulness helps me to calm down so I can see all the different snowflakes and understand what's happening in my mind.
Sometimes I lie in bed and I can't get to sleep because I'm worried about not getting high scores on my test. Pause, breathe and smile make me feel a lot calmer, and it will just help me fall asleep.
There's lots of little neurons in your brain, and your heart is actually connected to your brain. When you feel happy, you have a happy heart. Mindfulness gives you that happy heart.
In addition to being mindful, another way to help manage stress is by using coping strategies. These are the thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that we use to help us tolerate, minimize, and deal with the stressful situations that that happens to everybody. Managing your stress well can help you feel better physically and psychologically, and can impact your ability to perform at your best. But not all coping strategies are created equal. There are two types of coping. There's adaptive and maladaptive. Adaptive coping is cognitive and behavioral efforts to manage or reduce your stress. Then there's maladaptive coping. These are behaviors that feel good in the moment, but they could be harmful later. Sometimes it's tempting to engage in these strategies that'll give you quick relief, but they might create bigger problems for you down the road. And this is why it's important to establish healthy coping strategies that will help you reduce your emotional distress or rid yourself of the stressful situations that are going on in your life. So here's a list of some of the adaptive and maladaptive coping strategies. As you can see, the adaptive ones are helpful during stressful times, and the maladaptive ones are the ones that cause negative consequences. So I'm just going to go through them real quick. Acceptance is accepting the reality that the stressor happened and learning to live with it. Positive reframing is trying to see the stressor in a more positive light and looking for something good in the situation. Humor is making light of the stressor by joking and making fun of it. Emotional support is getting comfort and seeking comfort and understanding from other people about the stressor. Religion is finding comfort in your religion or your spiritual beliefs by praying or meditating. Active coping is concentrating on trying to do something about the stressor and taking action and try and make it better. Instrumental support is getting help and advice from other people on what to do about the stressor. Planning is trying to come up with strategies about what to do and thinking deeply about the next steps that you need to take to reduce or eliminate the stressor. The maladaptive coping strategies are behavioral disengagement, which is giving up trying to deal or cope with the stressor, just giving up on it in general. And then denial is telling yourself that this isn't real and you refuse to believe that it happened. Self-distracting is distracting yourself from thinking about the stressor by turning to things that will take your mind off of it and think about it less. That's like going to the movie or going to the party when you know you have a paper due at 12 o'clock. Then there's self-blame. That's criticizing and blaming yourself for the things that have happened to you or in your life. And then substance use is using drugs or alcohol to make yourself feel better and get through the stressor. And venting is expressing those negative feelings that you have and just saying things, just trying to let those troublesome feelings escape and kind of get them off your chest. Important factors that influence coping are social support, optimism, and perceived control. In stressful situations, having a supportive social circle can provide care, comfort, access to helpful resources, and advice on how to evaluate and manage your problems. Being optimistic helps you, when people are optimistic, they're more likely to seek social support, and they're more likely to assess the stressful situations in their life as less threatening. And they're more likely to use active coping strategies that actually help them focus on solving the problem. Locus of control refers to a person's perception of whether or not they have control over their lives. People with an internal locus of control tend to believe that they actually have control over their lives. And having this type of locus of control is associated with better physical and emotional health. People with external locus of control tend to believe that their lives are controlled by fate, luck, or other people. Think about it. Is your locus of control internal or external? And how does that make you feel?
All right, you guys, now we're going to dive into the stats and facts just to prove that we're not just making up stuff. So it says that 14% of people use working out to cope with stress. We have a whole bunch more percent of the stuff that we were already talking about. You have friends and family, sleeping, movies and TV, food, and music. In fact, 68% of teens that say they work out say that their stress is way lower. We have different types of meditation that can improve wellness as well as focus, relieving stress and depression. So we went ahead and found some ways that can calm us down. You can watch TV reruns. You can find a show that you've watched before that always puts you in a great mood and watch it again. Like you won't be shocked or too engaged, but it'll feel good. You can make music and like feel it in that way. You can find ways to relax. You can take naps. Nature trails is good. Breathing is always good. You can find yourself a good book and sit down and read. We already talked about working out, but you can also stretch. So in fact, we actually found a few programs that you can use right on your phone. So you have something called a yoga journal channel on YouTube. There are guided meditation programs that can you can find the way you feel and you can type in that and they will work on trying to guide you back towards peace. And then you can also journal. You can write stuff down or view the actual program as well. All right. We just want to say thank you guys so much. Find yourself a nice place to relax and watch yourself grow. All right, you guys. Y'all have a great day.